crystalline solids. Okay, 4 types we had discussed. Those were molecular solids, ionic solids, covalent solids, and metallic solids. Now, characteristics of molecular solids we had discussed yesterday. Today we'll start with the characteristics of remaining 3. So the next one is ionic solids. Okay, when I told you that ionic solids are the solids where the lattice points are occupied by ions. So the particles here are actually ions. That means if we make each point is occupied by ion. For example, NaCl, ZnS. Okay, so Na positive, Cl negative. Like this, ions will occupy these lattice points, or you can say the points of the unit cell. So ionic solids, the particles here are ions. When particles are ion, type of bond is ionic bond or electrostatic force of attraction. Okay, electrostatic force of attraction will be there. Then their nature, because these are ionic solids, so these are hard and brittle. Okay, hard as well as they are brittle. When it comes to their melting point, you can say physical state is hard and brittle. Electrostatic type of force is electrostatic force of attraction, and particle is ions. Physical state hard and brittle. Okay, then more thing, yes, conductivity. So ionic solids have ions and the bond between them are electrostatic force of attraction. So conductivity, electrical conductivity. In solid, they are insulators or bad conductors. In molten or liquid state, they are conductors, because ions that time are free, whether they are in the molten state or they are in the liquid state. That time they will act as conductors. Remaining in solid state, they will be insulators. They will be hard and brittle. Force of attraction, nature, and example already we had discussed. Example are NaCl, ZnS, and other ionic crystals. Okay. Third type of solids are metallic solids.
What is the melting point?
Melting point will be higher. One more point we have to write, melting point. Okay, let me write here itself now, because there no space. Okay. So melting point for ionic will be high. Okay. Now metallic solids. Metallic solids, example, all metal crystals, maybe crystal of sodium, magnesium, like all metal crystals. Now when it comes to their melting point, again the melting point of metallic crystals will be high. Particles or the constituent particles of these are metal ions, because we know that whenever metal crystals are there, metal crystals are, how they are formed. Suppose it is sodium, so sodium is present in its crystal also in the form of Na positive, and electron is loosely bound. It leaves the it leaves the orbit of sodium atom, and this electron will be lost when just little amount of energy is given, but actually it is not present in the orbit. It is loosely bound and it is just outside the orbit, but it does not leave the surface of the crystal. So this is the type of arrangement of crystal in all type of metallic solids. So metal ions are the particles. Type of force is the metallic bond. Okay. Now physical state, they are hard but malleable and ductile. And the properties which we are writing are in general, because we know that in metals also we have exceptions which are not malleable and ductile, but in general they are all hard and malleable and ductile. They, for electrical conductivity, they all are good conductors in solid or any other state also. Okay, because they have ions which are having free electrons to cause the electrical conductivity. Already the electrons are free in the metallic crystals. Okay, so these are all points for crystalline solids which are metallic in nature. Now the last type is covalent solids. Example of covalent solids are made up of carbon like diamond, graphite. Okay, carbon alone, then silicon carbide, SiO2, silica. These all are the examples of covalent crystals. Okay, when it comes to the melting point, melting points are high. Particles, constant particles here are atoms. In case of molecular solids, on the points of the unit cell, the particles which are present were complete molecules. Here atoms will be present which will have covalent bond with another atom present on another lattice point. So here the particle present are atom. Type of force, because it is covalent bond, so covalent force. Physical state, they are hard but brittle. No malleability and ductility. Electrical conductivity, they are insulators. Exceptions are always there. We know that graphite is exception, which is a good conductor, but in general they are all insulators. Okay, so these are all different points regarding the solids, crystalline solids. So you have to remember their properties along with few examples which we have discussed. Now this is one part of your chapter. Now the next part is important part, that is we have to start with the unit cell. Now suppose if we have talked about various type of crystalline solids. In some the constant particles are ion, in some they are atoms, in some they are metal ions, and some they were molecules. Okay, so now in this case what we have to start with is we have to take a unit cell. Now what actually is unit cell? We say that a complete crystal, if you see a thermocol sheet also, so you see that that sheet is actually made up of very small balls of thermocol, and when they are compiled together they give rise to a complete sheet. This is true for all crystals also, that they have some basic unit. We have seen in case of biomolecules chapter also, what we have seen that some small basic unit is there which makes the complete structure. For carbohydrates we have the basic unit monosaccharides. Same way we have for protein amino acids. Like that only for making of crystal also some basic unit is always there which repeats in all direction to give rise to complete crystal of the particular substance. Okay, so unit cell is the basic unit or the simplest unit which when repeated in all direction give rise to a crystal lattice. Okay, this completely represents a crystal, means it is the small representation of a crystal. This when repeated again and again will make the crystal. Now in this we have particles on each point. So total there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 points in a unit cell where particles can be found. Okay, now when we repeat it in all direction, as we said, suppose I am repeating the same. Okay, I repeated it again, same structure repeated. Okay. So now when I have repeated this single unit several times, it gives rise to complete crystal. Okay, so this is the unit cell. What is unit cell? It is the basic functional unit, or you can say the basic unit which when repeated in all direction forms the crystal of the particular substance. Okay, now this is the unit cell which I had made. This is crystal. Now this is not unit cell. Now it is a crystal. Unit cell is what? The simplest unit which we had made earlier. Now this is the simplest unit cell possible which we have made. It is known as simple cubic unit cell. Okay, this is known as simple cubic unit cell, or also known as primitive. Primitive means the first one, the oldest one, primitive unit cell. Okay. Now there are several variations in these unit cells because all crystals which we have seen for different substances are not alike. They are different. So what are the parameters on which they can be different? This we have to see. Now, the first parameter on which they can be different are that just I made the simple cubic unit cell or primitive unit cell which has particle on all corners. That means in all we have made 8 particles on the corners of this cube. Okay. Now along with that there are unit cells. Along with having particles on these corners, they may have particle in the center of this cube, inside this cube. Okay, this is not me. I am not making it on the backside wall. I am just making it inside it. If it is a cube and inside it there is a particle inside the body of this cube, then such a cube is body centered. And because it is a cube, so it is body-centered cube. Unit cell. Or simply you can call it as body-centered unit cell. Okay. So this is body-centered because along with the particles on the corners, it has one particle inside it also. So this is body-centered unit cell. Modifications, so some variation from this. Particles will always be there on the corners. Along with that, extra particles can be present. Now, along with this, another variation possible is particles on the corners will always be there. Okay. Now, along with having particles on the corners, if if it is a cube, it will have total 6 faces. 1, 2, back side, front side, 4, bottom, top. Total 6 faces will be there. So on all these 6 faces, one on this, one on front side, one on back side, one on left side, one on top and one on bottom. If each face of this cubic unit cell is having one extra particle along with the particles on these ends, then it is known as face centered unit cell. Okay, some of the crystals have such type of unit cells in which along with the particles on corner there are particles present on each face also. Okay, face also means, actually I told you that yesterday also that these lines do not exist in the structure of unit cell or crystal, but we have to make them to understand the internal structure. Then only we can imagine that they are particles. So that means what? If these four particles are close to each other like this, because lines do not exist. So we want to say that on each face in between there is also one more particle placed. Such type of compact structure is there. We are just expanding it to understand. So this is face centered unit cell, this is body centered unit cell. Now one more modification is possible, that along with particles here. Now this type of crystal now which I am going to make is end centered. Okay, this is body centered, face centered, this is end centered unit cell. Means along with the particles on corners, it has 2 more particles present on any 2 opposite ends. Either it will have particle here, or it may have particle here or here, because these 2 are opposite faces. Okay, or it may have back side, front side. So any 2 opposing faces, if it has particles, then it is known as end centered unit cell. Okay, so these are the variations which are possible in a simple cubic unit cell. Okay, a simple unit cell can be having these many type of variations in the number of particles. So this variation which we have observed right now is based on the number of particles which are present inside the unit cell. Now, second type of variation which can be present is in the parameters. What parameters? See, these are 3 parameters. Okay. You can say them length, breadth and height of this cube. Okay, if I say this as A, this as B, this as C. Now, if it is a cube, then A is equal to B is equal to C. Along with this, there are 3 angles also. Angle between A and B, between B and C, and A and C. So let this angle be alpha, this angle be beta, this angle be gamma. In case of cube, these angles beta is equal to alpha is equal to gamma, or alpha is equal to beta is equal to gamma is equal to 90 degree. These are the parameters for a cube. Now, if these parameters vary, A is equal to B but not equal to C. One condition can be like this: A and B are equal but this is tall. So then it will not remain a cubic structure. It will be some different structure. Beta is equal to gamma is equal to alpha is equal to gamma is 90 degree. It may happen that beta is not equal to alpha, is not equal to gamma, is not equal to 90 degree. Or there may be variation, beta and alpha are 90 degree, gamma is not equal to 90 degree. Or they are not equal, beta is equal to alpha is 90 degree, gamma is 120 degree. So including all such variations which are possible, we have total 7 types of unit cell. This cubic is one out of those 7 types which are possible by variations in these 6 parameters. What 6 parameters? A, B, C, alpha, beta and gamma. They can be varied and then we can make the variations of how many types? 7 type of unit cells. Now, till now, what parameters they are having has never been asked. Okay, so we will just go to their names, that what those 7 type of unit cells are possible. Their names, 7 names we will write. Parameters, a complete table is given in the book, so that I don't think are required to remember. We'll see if needed. Later you can learn them. Okay, now types. Now first type is simple cubic, that we have already done. Second is trigonal. Third is tetragonal. Fourth is hexagon. Okay, means simple cubic is like this. Variation in the parameters will either make trigonal, tetragonal, hexagonal, then monoclinic. Sixth is triclinic. Seventh is orthorhombic. These are 7 different type of unit cells possible. Okay. Now, in all, we have 14 brevis lattices. What does this mean? 7 type of unit cells we have, and in those 7 type of unit cells there is possibility. What possibility? Just now when we have seen simple cubic, okay, so we had seen simple cubic can be primitive type when particles are only present on the corner. We had seen that it can be body centered type. We had seen that it can be face centered type, and also we had studied one more type, that was end centered. But end centered type of unit cell is not found in simple cubic. So we have done it because we have to study one more type. That is why. But actually if we see, then simple cubic, this type of structure has only 3 variations: primitive, body and face centered. Okay, that means for 7, these are 7, but in these there are 3 more types. What are those? Primitive, body and face centered. Similarly, orthorhombic type of unit cell has 4 type of variations. All 4 type are present. Which 4? Primitive is also there, body centered is also there, then face centered is also there, and end center is also found in orthorhombic type of unit cell. All 4 possibilities have been observed in different type of crystals when they were studied. That orthorhombic type of structure is having primitive type nature, also having only on corners, body centered, face centered, end centered. Okay. After that, remaining trigonal, triclinic, they have only primitive. This also has only primitive. Okay. Then monoclinic, and this has primitive. This hexagonal also have only primitive type. Okay. Tetragonal has 2 type, primitive and maybe face centered, or one more is there. This is body centered. Monoclinic has primitive and end centered. Okay, 2 type. 2. This also 2. Okay, like this. Just we can see is it correct or not to confirm. For tetragonal, primitive and body centered, okay, and for monoclinic, primitive and end centered. Rest all is okay. Only 2 things I wanted to confirm. Now you can see in all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. These are 14 brevis lattices possible. If you are asked there how many type of unit cells are there, then there are only 7 type of unit cells. The name of those 7 type are these. How many type of brevis lattices are possible? Then they are total 14, because these can have variations also in the number of particles. Okay, so this is all about the unit cells and these different type of lattices which are possible. Clear? Parameters for each you want to learn, you can learn from the table given in the book. Okay, that how the parameters vary for different 7 type of unit cells, how angle it is different, how A, B, C are different. This you can learn from the table itself. Okay, now the next thing is number of particle present inside a definite type of unit cell. This we have to find out. Means if you make a complete crystal, crystal means a compilation of various unit cells. Okay, for understanding this you have again to need some imagination. Okay, now will not be exact, but it will give you some idea. Okay, then almost it is done. Now, but this is complete crystal. Now we have to just talk about one unit cell present in this crystal. Okay, this line we had drawn. Particle here, one here, and one here. Okay. Now, one particular crystal we will take out of this one unit cell. Now see, out of the whole crystal, one unit cell we will take, it is present in between one particle here also. What we actually want to know is that whenever a unit cell is present, we have said that at corners we have made individually ran a unit cell. What we were talking about, that each unit cell has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8 particles present on its corner. But actually if we see, unit cell is not present in isolation, it is present in the crystal. So whatever particle is present, it is not present singly for one unit cell. If this is a unit cell which I have made with red color, okay, then in this case you can see that the particle which is present here, suppose, or a particle which is present here, it is not the part of this particular unit cell which I have highlighted. It is the part of many unit cells which are present. Okay, so that means if this unit cell is present on the corner, it is not the part of one unit cell. On the other hand, it is the part of whole crystal. So how much part of this unit cell is coming in how much part of this particular particle or unit is coming inside one unit cell, this we have to see. So when we see it, we will observe that if we just see that one unit cell is here, one unit cell will be near to it, one unit cell will be this side and one unit cell will be here. That means in a layer if we see, then one unit cell which is present is shared by 4 unit cells, one this side, one this side, one this side and one this side. 4 are sharing it in one layer. A single unit cell is shared by 4 unit cells, and in one layer, and one layer is above also. One layer is here, so one layer is downside also. That means each unit cell is shared by how many total unit cells? Each particle present on corner is shared by 4 in its own layer and 4 in the other layer, either top or bottom. If we talk about this particle, then it is shared by 4. Okay, but below it, if there is a layer, it will be shared by 4 unit cells in that layer also. That means at every corner, each particle, until it is the corner particle for the crystal, but on average all the particles which are inside the crystal, every corner particle is shared by 8 unit cells. That means in every unit cell there is only 1/8 part of it coming. Is this clear? If 1/8 part is coming, that means what? That if in a unit cell there are 8 particles present on corners, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and each one is shared by how many? Total 8 we have just seen. That means it is getting only 1/8 part of it. So total what we get is 1 atom or 1 particle. So if contribution wise we see, then only 1 atom or 1 particle contribution is present in a simple cubic unit cell. This thing is very important to be clear, that why there is only 1 atom present in a simple cubic unit cell or any type of simple unit cell which is not having particle in body or on the face, will always have contribution of 1 atom or 1 particle in the unit cell, not in the crystal. In the unit cell it will have contribution of only 1 particle. This is clear? See, when you see any particle present here, this is a particle, or you see this particle which is clearly visible to you. Okay, you can see that this is part of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 दिख रहा है आपको यहाँ. It is clearly visible here, है ना? That this particle which is placed on corner is not part of one unit cell. Unit cell is this what we have seen. Here also you can see this is a unit cell. No? Particle is here. So this particle is not the part of this unit cell only. It is divided into 4 more, 3 more. One is this, 3 more, it is the part of it. And this is about only 1 layer. If there is 1 more layer above it, then that will be divided into that layer also, because actually the particles or atoms we are assuming to be spherical. if a spherical object is placed on the corner, then it will not be the part of one particular unit cell. It is divided into those unit cells also. So the contribution will be 8 particles are there in one unit cell, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8, and those all 8 are have actually 1/8 part only, because they are shared among 8 unit cells, 4 in their own layer, 4 in the layer above or below. So total 8 particles shared only 1/8 part, that means the total comes to be 1 atom only. So in all, actually if contribution wise we calculate, then the contribution is of only 1 complete atom. Okay, so we stop here today. We will again start with the same topic, because we have to see contribution for all type of unit cells, body centered, face centered as well as simple unit. Okay.